We live in a world where filters are more important than truth. Where success is measured in followers. And happiness is crafted in 15-second clips. But beneath the gloss, beneath the curated smiles, something's not right. You feel it. I feel it. We all do. This is a message for the soul. Not the one you show the world, but the one you hide. The one that quietly wonders. Is this real? You scroll. You see it, the yachts, the cars, the smiles, the perfect lives. And even if you know it's fake, part of you still compares. That's the trap. The fake life is addictive. Not because it's fulfilling, but because it's easy to envy and hard to question. Psychologically, we're wired to seek approval. Social validation once came from our tribe. Now, it comes from strangers with usernames. You don't need real connection anymore, just a like. Just a view. Just one more piece of digital applause. And you start to believe. That value comes from visibility. That meaning comes from attention. And without realizing it, you've traded your peace for performance. Your presence for a persona. The real life doesn't scream. It doesn't beg to be seen. It doesn't perform. Real life is quiet. It's messy. It's painfully honest. It's waking up next to someone you love and choosing them again. It's working a job you don't love, but showing up anyway. It's building your body, your mind, your character when no one's clapping. Real life is sacrifice. It's discipline. It's a conversation with your inner self. Not your audience. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not pretending either. Let's go deeper. The fake life is often a coping mechanism. A shield. It's built when reality becomes unbearable. So we cure it. We mask pain with aesthetics. We hide fear behind success. We pretend. But your subconscious knows. It always knows. The more you perform, the more disconnected you become from who you really are. That's why so many successful people feel empty. Because they've climbed the wrong mountain. Because they've lost themselves to a version that wasn't even theirs. How do you know if you're living a fake life? You constantly compare yourself to others. You feel anxious if you're not seen. You say yes when you mean no. You curate your personality depending on who's around. You fear silence. You fear being alone. You feel exhausted from trying to be someone. If that resonates, this isn't judgment. It's a wake-up call. Because your life is worth more than a highlight reel. You deserve peace that isn't performative. You deserve joy that isn't borrowed. Every fake smile comes at a cost. Every lie told to the world echoes in your soul. And here's the brutal truth. The longer you pretend, the harder it is to return. Because you start to believe your own illusion. You forget who you were. You forget what you wanted. You become successful, but not fulfilled. Famous, but not known. Seen, but not loved. That is the cost of fakeness. It kills you, without ever touching your body. So what's the way out? Radical. Honesty. You have to stop performing. Stop editing your soul for public consumption. You need to ask the real questions. Who am I, really? What do I believe in? What matters to me when no one's watching? And here's the scary part. You might lose people. You might be misunderstood. You might have to walk alone. But what you gain is worth it. Peace. Purpose. Power. Because when you know who you are, no one can manipulate you with fake promises. No amount of attention can buy your integrity. No performance can outshine your presence. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be impressive. You don't even have to be liked. But you do have to be real. Because that's where your freedom lives, that's where your power begins. That's where life actually starts. So I'll leave you with this. Let the world see the real you. Because someone out there needs your truth, not your perfection.